don't hear it now.
You don't hear that? Oh, that's lame.
Do you want me to hear it?
No. I just thought it'd be cool if you could hear me like playing with this fidget thing. Honestly, it's better because then I can do this the whole episode and nobody will know.
I mean, I can like hear it every once in a while, but it's not like a constant clicking noise.
Is that better?
I hope you break it. Welcome to this week's episode of the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I'm your favorite sports coach. I don't know. I didn't do any research. I'm really bad at it this week.
The Steelers coach is Mike Tomlin.
And I'm Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, your friendly neighborhood Steelers sports coach. And you know, they all have mustaches, right? Most of them have mustaches.
Most of them do. I did watch a video yesterday on a Bears versus Jaguars game.
Right.
That ended in catastrophe, basically, just because of how bad the refs were calling and things like that. And it wasn't the Bears, it was the Browns. And the Browns coach didn't have a mustache, which honestly I thought was weird.
Maybe that's why they were doing so bad, because he didn't have the great mustache to tote around, you know.
All good football coaches have a mustache.
Yeah. It's mandatory at this point. Enough have had mustaches for it just to be completely mandatory.
It's part of the uniform.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, and if you're not wearing it, what are you doing with your life, honestly?
Exactly. Like, can you even call yourself a football coach? I think you're just a supportive dad at that point.
A supportive dad. Yeah. My dad never came to any of my stuff.
Mine didn't either.
That's fair. It's not entirely true. My parents did come to some of my stuff, and my dad helped me. He came to like some of my wrestling matches, but that was about it.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
That's rough, buddy. It really is. Maybe you should have been a better kid. Sorry, I'm not victim blaming. That's horrible.
If I wasn't such a crappy baby, he wouldn't have left.
If you maybe didn't cry all night, maybe you would have stuck around a little bit.
This might be a little too deep for like the beginning of the podcast, but whatever. But like, I did used to sort of blame myself.
Oh yeah,
because like before I realized he just wasn't man enough to stay around. There were so many circumstances that happened before my birth that I thought was just like, oh, me being there was just too much for him and he had to leave. And it's like, no, he was just a tool who couldn't hack being a dad and like never stuck around for anyone and just left because he thought he was better. And it's his loss, not mine.
Buzz, I'm sorry, but also not sorry at all if you're listening to this, because
I hope he's not listening. I hope he doesn't enjoy any portion of my success in this world.
That's fair. That's very fair.
He doesn't deserve to. Speaking of success, though, we want to shout out our co-collaborator, Vaptor Like Raptor, for getting a finalist position in the Steel City Comic-Con adult costume contest. He dressed up as Boba Fett. If you have not seen any of his cosplays, you can go check that out on Instagram at Vaptor Like Raptor. Check one of our TGB One Shot posts. We've tagged him in there. It's a really cool costume. He made it himself. It's pretty sick.
It is really sick. It is really sick. And it would have been really, really nice if maybe his best friend had come to support him instead of go to Ohio Pile. For the listeners out there, we tried to convince Connor to come on Sunday since he literally lives like 20 minutes away from the convention center. But he said, "Oh, sorry, I'm going to Ohio Pile."
I was the one that helped make the plans. I couldn't not go to the trip.
Connor hates Ohio. Sorry, Ohio listeners. Connor has a deep loathing for Ohio. So I was kind of surprised that he was going to Ohio Pile. But there's some good things in Ohio, like Cedar
Well,
Point.
well, Matt, this might surprise you. Ohio Pile isn't in Ohio.
It is. Well, it's named after Ohio, so you might as well. It's basically the same thing.
Ohio is a Native American greeting.
Oh, is it really?
I don't know. I think it's some sort of Native American word.
Fair.
I think I might have just done a racist by saying it was a greeting.
Not necessarily.
Well, now I have to Google Ohio.
Yeah, so you're not racist.
You're the one that brought this up, and now I have to learn about Ohio.
See, I thought I actually did think Ohio Pile was in Ohio, but I guess I've been to Ohio Pile before, so I don't know why I thought it was in Ohio.
Ohio takes its name from the Ohio River, which in turn originated from the Seneca word Oyo. I'm so sorry. I cannot pronounce it. I'm sorry. I really am.
As much as we would like to be, we are only monolingual. We don't know how to speak we barely know how to speak English, let alone another language. So we do our best here on this podcast.
But the word means good river, great river, or large creek.
Oh, yeah. Did you go down the natural water slide?
No, we weren't able to because it had stormed the night before.
Oh.
And so it was flooded. Like it was way dangerous to go down it. But we found a spot further down that was like sort of beach-esque, honestly. Like there was some sand on there and like there was some slower water that we could hang out and like honestly we just lounged on a rock, splashed each other with water. Like it was pretty fun.
That does sound like fun. Fun fact, actually, Ohio Pile, when I was a kid, was the first time that I ever found out my skin turns purple with orange spots whenever I get really cold in the water.
Ohio Pals, where you learned about hypothermia?
It's not hypothermia. I was completely fine. But like my whole body was like purple and it had like little orange spots. I don't know. Maybe if there's any scientists listening to this, Hank Green, maybe help us out here. I know you have your own problems going on, but like I don't know. I was fine. I was just a little cold,
I mean, not healthy. I could say that at least. Like that shouldn't be happening. Does
It's
it still happen when you're
Yeah.
cold?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's only like when I'm really cold.
Yeah, that sounds like hypothermia.
If I got hypothermia, I would be having other issues. There's other symptoms of hypothermia than just purple skin.
Well, I mean, I don't want to turn this into us just Googling every thought that comes to our head, but purple skin and orange spots and cold. Well, I found something, but it sounds bad.
Oh no, I want to hear this.
Molted skin is a net or web-like pattern on the skin. This pattern will usually appear reddish, bluish, purple, or brown.
Am I a spider now?
Researchers believe that mottled skin develops when there's a lack of blood flow to the skin, and this may mean more deoxygenated blood under the skin's surface, which causes the vivid web or lace-like pattern.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I know that I don't have enough circulation to my appendages, so that makes sense.
It is common in children and young women, so that fits.
It fits both categories.
It's basically just your blood vessels constrict in response to the cold.
So it's nothing bad. It's just like, your circulation should be better, but it's not the end of the world. You're not going to die.
It literally says this is a harmless condition that does not require treatment. People can reduce their symptoms by warming their skin.
There we go. I think I'm good, Sorry.
Another mystery solved by me.
Another mystery solved. Would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids. Yeah, I'm really jealous that you have mozzarella sticks right now. I'm so hungry.
Oh, it's great. You can get a bucket of them at Sheets.
I know. It's so beautiful. I usually get the premium app sampler because they have the pot stickers. Oh, those are so good. Those are so good.
I really want to go and get dumplings soon. I don't know where though. Like I want to get good dumplings, you know?
Yeah. We go to that one restaurant where we definitely saw a dead body.
That's true.
They probably have good dumplings.
They do. I've had them there.
I've only ever had their sushi.
So I don't have a pun this week to get us into the quiz.
That's fair.
But I do have another sort of connection.
Okay.
I'm taking a play out of your playbook, and I'm connecting this week's quiz to something that we talked about during last week's quiz.
What? That's cool.
And this one is called the capital letters.
I don't think I like this already.
I'm going to give you a state abbreviation.
Oh, no.
And then you have to tell me what the capital of that state is.
No, this is a bad quiz. I need you to stop before we start. We're not doing this.
We have to do this.
So
I have no other quiz option for this week.
Not only do I have to figure out what the state is, I also have to figure out exactly what the capital of that state is.
Yes.
I hate this quiz. Hate it. Hate it.
This is fun for me.
This is fun.
Alrighty, would you like to start with an easy one?
Hello. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right, your first state is NY.
Oh, it's New York. New York. And the capital of New York, is not New York. I know that. I know that for a fact. It is Albany. Albany, New York.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct.
Oh, yeah. I knew that. So I think I have to try a little bit harder.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Number 2.
Uh-huh.
AR.
AR. I think. Ooh. You know what? I think that's Arkansas because I think Arizona is AZ. Oh, yeah, and there's no R in Alabama. A states. A. Yeah, I think it's Arkansas. But the capital of Arkansas is the capital of Arkansas is a word, and it probably has some significance to the state.
They do that sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Shoot. Capital of Arkansas. I don't know. I don't know. I've learned all these before.
Why don't you give me a guess?
Kansas City. No, it's definitely not. You know what? I'm not going to guess it. Kansas City. That's it right there.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Matt, that is incorrect.
What? No.
Arkansas is correct with AR. The capital, however, is Little Rock.
Little Rock. That's so dumb. Who No, that's I shouldn't say that's dumb. It probably has some sort of cultural significance or historical significance. So
It's because it's a bunch of gravel.
fair.
Um, all right, your next state abbreviation
Yep.
is IN.
IN. IN. Ew. Okay, that's not Illinois. Pretty sure Illinois is IL. So it could be Indiana. Indiana's a state, right? Yeah, Indiana is a state. IN. IN. Is there any other? I think, yeah, Indiana. But the capital of Indiana is Gary. Gary, Indiana.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Matt, that is incorrect.
I know. I know.
Though there's some part of me that believes that Gary, Indiana might actually be a real place.
It is. It's actually in it's in a musical. I don't know what musical. It's in a musical.
The capital of Indiana is Indianapolis.
That's so dumb.
Yep.
It's like the capital of Pennsylvania. Like if it was like
Pennsylvaniapolis.
Pennsylvania. Like it's dumb.
Yes, and that's why I picked it.
Ugh.
All right, your next one is MT.
N or M?
M.
M. MT is Montana, I think. Yeah. MT is Montana. Yeah. Montana. And the capital of Montana, I definitely know it. Gosh darn it. Why do you do this to me every week? Make me second guess everything.
Pure enjoyment. Slight
Capital.
narcissism.
Montana.
A graphic
Is.
need for attention.
Montana? Montana. Capital of Montana is Montanapolis.
Okay, final answer.
Final answer.
Matt, Hank Green would be disappointed in you
I
for
know.
not knowing that the capital of Montana is Helena.
Helena. Yeah. I knew this. I knew it. Now that you say it, it comes back. Gosh, why can't I stop yawning? Now that you say it, it comes back to my good old noggin here. But
A little too late though.
yep, just a little bit.
Why don't we do an easy one? How about that?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Very simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
WV.
WV. West Virginia. Yeah, it's West Virginia. But WV, the capital of West Virginia, is Huntington. That's not true. Is it? No, it's not true. Morgantown.
Excuse me.
That's also not true. Dang it. It reminds me of somebody I know. No, that's Virginia. You know what? Huntington's a pretty good answer. I'm going to go with Huntington.
Final answer.
I hope you know, boys. I'm doing this because of you. It's the only thing I can think of. It's all your fault. Yes, final answer.
Well, Matt, that is incorrect.
Yeah.
The capital of West Virginia is Charleston.
Charleston. Yeah, I should have known that.
Yeah, you really should have.
Ugh.
Alrighty. Your next capital. Actually, this is the state abbreviation. You have to tell me the capital.
You can tell me the capital too if you want.
No, I'm good. Your next abbreviation is AK.
AK. Oh, that's Arkansas. I was like, didn't we already do Arkansas? But we no. Hold on. We just did Arkansas. No, we did. What did we do? Oh no, we just did Arkansas. Didn't we? It was like 2 questions ago. A couple questions ago. Okay, then hold on. Spaghetti-O. Do I know states? You know states.
Yes, I do.
California, Nevada, Idaho, Montana, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, AK, Utah. That's another state I don't remember. Nebraska. I don't know what state is AK.
10.
I don't know what state it is.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Need your answer.
I don't even know what state it is. I can't give you an answer if I don't know what state it is.
Are you forfeiting the question then?
It's Alaska. It's Juneau. Juneau, Alaska.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct.
I'm so stupid. I was literally like looking at the whole. I forgot Alaska existed, if I'm being 100% honest.
Do you know how often I come up with an idea that I hope will trip you up and it doesn't happen? And then this happens where I decide to put Arkansas and Alaska both on here. And it just brilliantly makes you forget one of the main 50 states.
Listen.
The largest of the 50.
The largest of the 50, yes, but the least thought about of the 50 because it's not even connected.
It's connected in our heart.
Yeah. I got it, though. That was down to the line. I got it. That
All right.
terrified me.
Next one.
Yep.
D-E.
It's Delaware. But what is the capital of Delaware? I feel like I should know this. Delaware. Capital of Delaware is Della. Delaware. Yeah, that sounds right. I'm pretty confident on this one.
Final answer.
Yes.
Matt, I'm sorry, but that's incorrect.
Oh, darn.
But do you know how close you were?
I don't want to know. Do I? Yeah. Yeah, I do.
It starts with a D.
Damascus.
No, it's Dover.
Dover. Oh, yeah. I feel like I should. At one point in school, I had all this memorized. I had every state and their capital memorized. I can't believe that I followed so far.
Hey, it's okay. We got more to go, right?
Yeah. We have at least 40 more to go.
Alrighty, next one. L.A.
L.A. Louisiana. I wish I got points for knowing the state.
Do you want points for the easy part of the quiz?
It is not easy. Some of them are very difficult.
Sure, bud.
Louisiana. The capital of Louisiana is Clarksburg, like Louisiana and Clark. Burg.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Boy, not only was that a bad pun, it was also the wrong answer. Matt, Louisiana's capital is Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge. This is not what importance does learning capitals have? What importance at all does learning capitals have? It doesn't. There is no importance whatsoever in learning capitals, because guess what? If I'm in Louisiana, do you think I'm just going to be like, all right, let's go just to Baton Rouge, nothing else matters? No, all the other cities matter. I don't know.
It depends. If you have business at the state capital, you need to know where you're trying to go.
Pretty sure in this day and age, they just say, hey, this is the address of the Capitol building, and booyah, there you go.
Right, but if they just say 27 Main Street, I'm like, oh no, 27 Main Street. Main Street is the second most popular street name in the country.
When you give addresses, do you just give the street name? Like
sometimes,
if you're addressing a letter, do you just say, all right, 903 Hill Street? That's shoot.
Well, Matt, I don't address letters anymore. I have text messages. Think, dude, come on.
Okay. Yeah, but you usually say the city too, so that, for example, if it's a main street, then you don't confuse people when you give them instructions.
So, fun fact, Main Street is actually the second most popular street name in America. Do you know what the first one is?
Popular street. No, I don't. In case that wasn't an indicator. Second Street?
Mm-hmm.
I think First Street would probably be.
You'd think so, but because there's so many main streets.
Oh, they just go Main Street, Second Street. Oh, that's fair.
Speaking of Maine, next question.
Is it ME?
T.
That's not even Maine. It's Utah. Utah. Salt Lake City, Utah. Final answer.
That is correct.
I can feel a comeback coming.
Sure, bud. Very, very, very possible. Question number 10. M.O.
Ooh, I believe that's Missouri.
Missouri.
I feel like that had something. I think it's like Minneapolis. No, that's Maryland, isn't it? No, I think it's Annapolis. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm pretty sure it's wrong. But Minneapolis.
Final answer.
Final answer.
The capital of Missouri is Jefferson City.
Jefferson City. Why was I thinking maybe it's Mississippi or something? That's like, it doesn't matter. All right. Cool.
Boy. What a bad performance. Would you like the bonus, even though?
Oh, we're done. Oh,
yeah, that was question number 10.
Yeah, let's get the bonus going. I am in misery. Because I hate these quizzes.
As a shout out to one of our most dedicated countries of listening.
No, you are not doing this.
What is the capital of Belgium?
First of all, thank you to whoever this listener is. You still haven't commented on any of your social media posts or anything like that. But we love you. I'm pretty sure it's Brussels, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. That's the city I believe that they're listening from. But that's also the only city name that I know from Belgium. So that's going to be my answer is Brussels, like the Sprouts.
Final answer.
Final answer, baby.
That is correct.
Woo! Yeah!
Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything for your score except make you lose.
Better luck
Less.
next time, losers.
And because this is your first loss since your losses were wiped out, you now only have one loss on the board.
Yeah!
But it is still disappointing that you do not know the capitals of the country that you live in.
Who does?
I know a lot of them.
Well, I knew some of them too. So.
Not a lot of them.
Just the ones you asked.
You got 3.
There's 40 more. Yeah, 43 out of 50 is still pretty good. You want to take this whole episode and just quiz me on all the capitals now?
The thought crossed my mind, but I would, but I do have a new segment for us.
Ooh, I love new segments.
This is a segment called Connor's Poetry Corner.
Oh boy, poetry, huh?
This is not something that I think we've talked about a lot on the show, but I enjoy writing poetry. Part of that is more serious poems, but in college, I started into the foray. I started making comedy poems. I'm not even going to try to be fancy with it. And I performed them a few times, and people very much enjoyed them. I almost won the talent show our junior year with them, but a couple that isn't even together anymore sang a duet, and that's whatever.
Love, know.
If you're gonna do a talent show and sing when there's already another singing competition on the show, you're a waste of space and time. You're the reason why there's a climate crisis.
I sang for every single one of the talent shows, right?
Yes. So
oh boy.
What I wanted to do with this poetry corner is not just celebrate myself, because I can do that all day, but I wanted to celebrate another great performance poet. And so there is one that I know named John Cooper Clarke, who is an exceptional poet. And I believe he also does some albums and stuff like that. So I think he might also be a singer, but I know him being introduced as a performance poet. And so that's really how I was going to present it today. So I was going to, for my poetry corner.
Yeah.
Did I just delete it? No. Okay, cool. what we're going to be doing is I'm going to read off a good poem, and then I'll read off one of my poems, and we have to see how I grow in my abilities.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't write any new ones, but I was just going to read you my favorite one. You've heard before, but
oh yeah, I know exactly which one it is too.
No, it's not that one. It's my other favorite one.
Okay.
But this one's called "I Want to Be Yours" by John Cooper Clarke.
Okay.
I want to be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. I want to be your Ford Cantina. I will never rust. If you ever like your coffee hot, let me be your coffee pot. You can call the shots. I want to be yours. I want to be your raincoat for those frequent rainy days. I want to be your dream boat for when you want to sail away. Let me be your teddy bear. Let me take you anywhere. I don't care. I want to be yours. I want to be your electric meter. I will not run out. I want to be your electric heater. You'll get cold without. I want to be your setting lotion. Hold your hair in deep devotion. Deep as the deep Atlantic Ocean. This is how deep is my devotion.
It's a pretty deep love poem. Yeah.
Right. Great love poem.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Here's my rendition of a love poem.
I love love poems. Can't wait to hear this one.
We're getting there. There's a lot in this notebook.
You should start doing slam poetry.
No.
You'd be so good at it.
This one is called Another Love Poem by Connor O'Connor.
Okay.
Love is fickle, like a squirrel who steals your crouton from your salad. Love is confusing, like why a squirrel would steal a crouton at all. Love is natural, like a lion hunting on the Serengeti. Love is long, unlike the time it took for that squirrel to take my crouton. Love is give and take, like how you give a tapeworm a place to live and grow, as well as food, and they take your life. Love is for everyone, like death and taxes. Love is annoying, like squirrels, and death and taxes. But love brings joy, like when I see you smile. Love is weird and uncomfortable, like me when I wear yoga pants in public. Love hurts, like stepping on a Lego. Love is forever, like diamonds and your hair. That's right, it never decomposes. Gross, right? Love is like cookies. If I don't get any soon, I'm going to lose it. Love is like a bad cuddle, uncomfortable and kind of sweaty, just like me. Love brings peace, like knowing you don't have to wake up to an alarm. Love is wholesome, like a baby's first smile. Love is a victory, like finally catching that stupid squirrel. Love is memorable, like spending a night in jail for assaulting a squirrel. But most of all, love is rewarding, because love gives me time to spend with you. Happy Arbor Day.
Happy Arbor Day.
So yeah, that was my love poem. It takes the idea of metaphors and beats it to death. The comparative nature of love poems, as well as subverting your expectations by, instead of it being like an anniversary, birthday, wedding, any of that, it's Arbor Day, my favorite holiday.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Someday they're just gonna find your writings. They're just gonna find them and they're gonna be like, what does this even mean? Like, they're gonna be like, is this what people like? Was this a traditional feeling expression of love? Like, what was going through this person's mind? And there'll be classes about you and just wild stuff.
There's some real dumb ones in here that make no sense at all.
That's what I love about it. I can't wait. I can't wait for the future. You should put a time capsule. We should do a Garlic Boys time capsule.
Oh no.
That would be so good. Oh my goodness. We could do the hand turkeys we drew in one of the early episodes. We could do your C3PO soap. No, you would never do that. Oh my goodness. We should definitely do a time capsule.
We could probably do a time capsule.
That would be so much fun.
Where would we bury it?
We could do it in my backyard, or we could just find a random place, like a city park or something like that.
I feel like we need permission to dig in a park, though.
They'll never know. We go in at night. We sneak in. We
Nope.
bring
See,
a couple
that's
shovels.
somehow that's worse.
I'll dig 6 feet down. We can hide a dead dog right in between so that nobody sniffs it out or anything like that.
Maybe. Well, We'll discuss
Don't
that
worry,
more.
listeners. The dog will be dead before we bury it. All right, I'm not gonna kill it.
Right, but how's the dog getting dead?
Road, the you can find one on the side of the road.
Okay, if we're just gonna pick up roadkill, can it be like
A deer? Okay,
or something
fine.
then?
You want to lug a deer to this hole?
I'm just saying, wait, I don't want to kill a dog.
Yeah. We don't have to kill a dog. I'm saying the dog, we find a dead dog that's already dead on the side of the road. We pick it up, we put it in the hole.
I don't know what's going on in
about 4 feet down.
I don't know what's going on in the town that you live, but finding a dead dog isn't something that just happens around here. And I think what you're trying to do is put the dead dog over top of what is supposed to be a dead body, not a time capsule.
Listen, we don't want them to find it too early. And if they're sending out the search dogs, we want them to find the dead dog, not the time capsule.
Why would they be sending out search dogs to find the time capsule? Your logic here is flawed.
My logic here is solid, Connor. I know. I'm a CJ major. I know exactly what we need to do to hide a time capsule and not get caught. All right.
You keep using the words time capsule, but what I think you mean is dead body.
Listen. Time capsules are very, very highly sought after things, and I'm pretty sure somebody would miss it if it was gone. And then the police would go looking for it, and they would be looking and looking and looking. They'd send out the search dogs. They'd send out a search party, look for loose, uncovered grass. But what you really have to do is dig the hole, and then when you have to take off the top layer of grass so that you can place it back on to the pile. And you have to sort of pile it up a little bit so that when it sinks, it kind of, listen, I'm just saying the time capsule it needs to stay hidden and nobody needs to find it until they go excavating the park one day and then they see a bunch of a big time capsule and then they open it up and say, wow, this thing from 20 years ago is so cool.
If time capsules were so sought after and important, why was the Zoe 101 time capsule not talked about in Zoe 102?
because Connor.
Oh, riddle me that one.
Because they already talked
Man.
about it. They already talked about it at the end of Zoe 101. They talked about it enough.
Didn't.
Yeah, they did. Chase did all his whole little like future vision thing when he passed out and all that jazz. Like it all happened. We don't need to talk about the time capsule. And honestly, I think they wanted to forget about that ending.
I think they wanted to forget about the show because of all the controversies,
and then they just make a new one. So,
which was bad.
Was it bad? Did it come out?
Oh yeah, it's already out.
Oh, I don't know why you watched it.
I didn't. I watched somebody else talk about
it. Oh, I see. Now we're making opinions based on other people's opinions. That's
if you critique. Go through, they break it down piece by piece, just giving you the facts before they give you your opinion, and it's like, wow, that's bad.
Listen, I understand that, but like, you did the same thing with A Sorcerer's Apprentice, and The Sorcerer's Apprentice is still a good movie.
No. I watched The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
No, what I'm saying is you gave reasons why it was a bad movie, but it's still a good movie. You know?
Sure, bud. You got a topic?
Well, it was Comic-Con, and then we kind of started talking about Comic-Con at the beginning of the episode.
Well, we can continue talking about Comic-Con.
Yeah, I'll just tell you all the things you missed. So, there's a ton of Funko Pops there. I have some really cool ones, but like honestly, some of the booths were a little price gougy, of course, because it's a collector's convention. But anyway, so I got a couple Funko Pops. There was a booth that had like 3 for $25. That was so nice. I got 3 different ones that I've been wanting for a while, and it was the coolest thing. Anyway, so there were panels. I didn't have the money to spend to like meet or get autographs from any of the actors, but I did get to sit in on some of the actors. It was really dumb. The first day we get there and we want to see Billy D. Williams, who plays the great Lando Calrissian
Right.
in the original trilogy. So we go there and we're sitting down, ready to go see him. And they announce, all right, next up is Jason Lee. He'll be out in about 15 minutes. And we're like, no, next up is Billy D. Williams, the great Lando Calrissian. So we were like looking at the schedule, and it confirmed our thoughts that it was Billy D. Williams. And then Corey, Raptor Like Raptor, sent me a post from the San Diego Comic Con, the Steel City Comic Con. It was like, oh yeah, like Billy D. Williams was here, and it's like we totally missed out on him.
He was just there earlier in the day.
Yeah, apparently they switched around a schedule, but felt they didn't need to tell anybody. That was fun. So that was a little bit of a letdown, and we were gonna stay, like we were staying specifically for him.
Right.
And then right after him was the Smallville panel, and I was like I kind of want to stay, but I'm really upset that we didn't get to see Billy D. Williams, so we're just gonna go home. So we went home.
You didn't stay for the Smallville panel?
Yeah, I wanted to. I really like Smallville. And it would have been cool to see Tom Welling and the guy who plays Lex Luthor's dad that I can't remember what his name is. And some other person. There were three. I don't remember who the third one was. Doesn't matter. I didn't stay for the Smallville just because we had dogs and stuff we had to get home to. But
Fair.
the next day we got to see like Andy Serkis and Marissa Tomei. That was so cool. It was so cool. Mia actually got to ask Marissa Tomei a question, which was really, really fun.
Do you remember what she asked her?
She asked her essentially what it was like. So with the strikes and everything, you couldn't reference movies or shows or anything that they've been a part of. You can, however, mention like actors and stuff. Unless they've been struck, I guess. I don't really understand the rules, but
Right.
she asked her essentially what it was like working with Robert Downey Jr. twice. And she said it was a really, really great time. He's a really awesome guy and blah, 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 stuff like that. I was going to ask Andy Serkis a question, but there was such a huge line for the questions, and I honestly didn't know what I would have asked him. So then the next day, Warwick Davis was there, and I asked him a Willow related question because Willow is my favorite thing that he's been in. I really shouldn't be talking about these either. Are we allowed to talk about movies? We're not part of the guild, so I guess like we're allowed to talk about it, but we are influencers.
Right, but we don't want to get scabbed. Like we don't want to
Yeah.
be scabbed. Like I don't think it's wrong to say that he used to be a part of a show in movie series called Willow.
Yeah. Regardless, I don't want to go too much into it. But we did really appreciate getting to see those actors and stuff like that. And I got to ask Warwick Davis a question, which was really, really cool. And I didn't realize that the guy that was with him was in Harry Potter, but he also played in Peacemaker as Vigilante.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So the other work that I know Vigilante from was if you've watched Pitch Perfect, which I believe you have.
Oh, yes, I've watched Pitch Perfect.
He's the hot guy that works in the radio station.
No, he is. Oh my goodness, it's all coming together. I was literally like, I watched, so I saw him at the comic convention. It was the Harry Potter panel, but we're not allowed to talk about it. It was the, what did he call it? Like the lemon cheesecake panel? Yeah, it was the lemon cheesecake panel. And Warwick Davis and that guy was there, Freddie Stroma. That's his name. And then I was like scrolling through TikTok later that night, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this scene from? Like it was like a TV show scene or movie scene, and I was like, what is this from? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Freddie Stroma. Like, what are the odds that I would be seeing him right after we had seen him? I've never even heard of this guy before. Like I've seen him obviously in a couple of works. It was really, really interesting. It was a fun time though. We would have loved to have you there, but I guess I understand that you had prior commitments that you helped plan, so you couldn't cancel.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't want to go. It's just the plans that I had were like a bunch of not existential, extenuating circumstances. And like I don't want to, listeners, I don't want you to think that I'm just making excuses. Like Matt knows what I was doing, why I wasn't there, and like truly I know he's not upset, and if he was, he would have told me that. Right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it was.
Can you back me up, please?
It was very fun. I know you would have enjoyed yourself, but it's also just a place where you spend a lot of money. I spent so much money, and so did Mia. So it's a good place and a bad place.
I would like to go. I don't have a lot of money, and I know I wouldn't have the self-control to not spend money.
Yeah. Luckily the tickets to go were not like too bad. Like we got the 3-day tickets for I honestly think we paid like $100 total.
That's not bad.
It was 50-ish a person.
Steel City Con is very impressive to me because it's not a huge con. It's not to demean them at all, but like it's not a huge con. It's not like a big time con, but the price for the level of actors that they get there is incredible.
It's insane. It's amazing. I don't know how they get these actors, but from what I gathered is these actors are really good people. Like,
oh yeah,
most of the actors that were there, from what I saw and what I've heard from them online and everything like that, like they're actually decent people. So they're probably not getting paid a ton to come here, but they're doing it because they love their fans and they love doing this kind of thing.
For sure. I mean, just like the fun pictures that you see of them, like just being willing to do fun promo materials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they're just people, and that's a great thing to learn about them. And that's them being people is why they deserve to be compensated fairly. And so as we've been saying, anytime we bring up
actors,
media without
movies, and
bring up actors and movies without technically bringing up actors and movies is we do support the writers' strike and the actors' strike and things like that, because studios don't need all that money. Like they don't. If you don't have to have all that money just to run a successful studio. And honestly, if you look at what Disney's been putting out lately, wouldn't call it running a successful studio, Bob Iger. So,
ouch, but true.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the Garlic Boys. If you'd like to interact with us or see more from us, you can always check us out on Instagram and TikTok at the Garlic Boys. If you'd like to support us, you can support us on patreon.com/@thegarlicboys. And you can find merch from us at redbubble.com. Just search the Garlic Boys. There are stickers, t-shirts, water bottles, phone cases, all those stuff with fun designs that we created. And if you'd like to see more of us, literally, you can find us on youtube.com/@thegarlicboys and watch video versions of this podcast, including seeing Matt has shaved and now has just a mustache.
Yeah, you can see how sexy I look, like Tom Selleck.
Sure. Matt, do you have a supplementary mom report for this week?
The mom that came to my mind is a pretty garbage mom. So never mind, not that mom. I do have one though. Hold on, it's there. I promise it's there. You know what? Marissa Tomei as a certain aunt that I will not and cannot name because of the strikes. I don't know. Certain aunt to a certain Spidey boy. She's a pretty great mom, even though she's not really a mom, but she's basically a mom. How about you, buddy? Do you have any good supplementary mom reports?
I'm trying to think of there's got to be a video game that's not based off of a movie franchise that I know of. Queen Rosalina from Super Mario.
Is she a mom? She's a mom to all those little star things.
I thought she was a mom. I don't know how that franchise works, but we're just gonna go with her.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Alrighty. Any final words or final thoughts, Matt?
I'm sorry for being really crappy this episode, but I promise next episode I'll be better.
Why are you because you couldn't name state capitals? You think you're crappy?
I couldn't do that, and I definitely didn't listen to last week's episode or come up with the name before 2 seconds before the show. So, yeah.
Hey, we can always improve, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, hey, Matt and everyone else, remember to stay
garlicky. Love you guys. I love you. I swear I do.
It's so emotional. It's embarrassing.
Sorry.